Hey Tesla friends, you can see here this is the Tech Forum guy. The Tech Forum guy, he's talking about what Tesla owners don't tell you about superchargers. Now, I'm going to just go to black screen here and just talk. So please subscribe and like my YouTube here. And please tell everybody, I know it does not look professional, but that's not what I'm about. I'm trying to get the information out. And also use my referral code for free supercharging. It's JOE480, JOE480, JOE480. So again, talking about superchargers, I'm not very happy with superchargers, and this guy, Tech Forum guy, he's talking how Tesla superchargers could be better, and he's saying how owners don't really tell other people about supercharger problems. I think the key here, let me start from the beginning for people that don't know much about superchargers. There's usually a number like 1A and 1B. You got 2A, 2B, and so forth. If somebody's on A, don't be on B of the same number, and vice versa. Usually if you park every other space, that's automatic that you won't be on A and B of the same number. But occasionally a few superchargers are labeled every other space, so that makes it you have to park next to each other in order to not be on A and B. It's just ridiculous. Tesla needs to go and find those few chargers that are labeled that way and fix them. Or another way, another idea I have about superchargers is where Tesla can put a light on a supercharger. So maybe the fastest supercharger or superchargers should be lit up, or the best ones to use should be lit up, so that when you pull up, you'll see the light on, and you use the ones with the lights on. So as far as he's saying that some of these superchargers are only charging at 25 kilowatt hour. I guess that's a problem. You just try to go to a different charger, move your car to the next stall, see if it's better. But I think 6 months ago, a lot of the 85 kilowatt battery packs lost 40 miles charged based on software changes that Tesla made due to a fire in China, to a Tesla that was charging in China, and caught on fire. So Tesla's, I guess they're panicking that the 85 kilowatt hour battery packs are bad. So they're limiting the charging. It's been going on for a long time. And unfortunately, I'm blaming Tesla. They're very bad at this. They didn't tell anybody. They just reduced the capacity and just kept it quiet. And they even have the audacity to tell the owners that their battery is just degrading with age. So there's also probably a class action lawsuit going on right now. So hopefully that would be settled. If Tesla was smart, they would just take care of it and the lawsuit would go away. So there's a lot of these bad negative things about Tesla that people don't hear about. Most people only hear about the good stuff. But anyways, as far as supercharging, another gripe I have is where they're located. I don't like it when they put it behind the hotel in the dark or something. Nobody's around. One's in an outlet shopping center, but once it closes around like 8, 9, or 10 p.m., there's nobody there, no bathrooms, no accessibility. But yeah, I noticed a lot of the superchargers are going into 24-hour convenience stores. That's great. What you need is a 24-hour bathroom and 24-hour food. And at many convenience stores is the perfect place. A lot more of that's been happening, and that's good. Unfortunately, supercharging also adds 50% to your trip when you're driving long distance. If you use the trip planner on the Tesla computer, you can click on no charging stops, and the time will be 50% less, or it's 50% more. So it'll be 1/3 less if you're not stopping for supercharging. But if you're a Tesla, you have to stop. So that's showing you the difference between, say, a gas car and Tesla. Now, I give it, you have to stop for gas, which is 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes maybe. You do stop for food. So instead of 50% longer, I'll give it like 25, 30% longer. But the other thing is that you can't always stop where you want to. When you're supercharging, you're forced to stop at a certain location. And what Tesla needs to do is they need to list all the stores within walking distance of that supercharger, and also list maybe like how many minutes it takes to walk there. In that respect, then it's easier for us to make a decision where we want to go. And this guy on Tech Forum, he brought up a good point, which is something I always look at too. Tesla, I think they only give you, like, when you get to your destination, long distance driving, or I guess any charging, they plan on having you have like a 20% charge in your battery when you get to your destination. But if you're driving long distance, if there's no supercharger or charging available where you're going, you have to depend on driving back to the last supercharger that you're at to charge. So Tesla should offer an option where we can adjust the amount of charge we would like to have at the destination, and then have it route us to the superchargers, because the routing would be different depending on how much mileage we want to have left at the destination. So that's something that Tesla doesn't keep into account. And also, Tesla should be doing like Grubhub, or partnering with Grubhub or whoever delivers food or services, whatever, to the superchargers. So that way we can plan ahead and say, you want to order this type of food. The computer knows what time you'll get to a supercharger. It tells the restaurant what time to be there, and everybody's happy. Unfortunately, that's not happening. I alluded to this earlier, is that also superchargers, I think there's security issues. I have not seen anything or heard anything so far, but it's very easy to get robbed or even carjacked. I guess if you're smart, you wouldn't carjack a Tesla, but just possibly getting robbed or whatever. People aren't really thinking, so they're going to try to carjack you possibly. The superchargers, they need to be put in public places where people can see you easily. If it's a shopping center, put it at the entrance. Don't hide it in the bottom of the garage all the way in the back. Don't hide it in the parking garage. Don't hide it behind the buildings. In the back of the buildings, in the alleyway or wherever you put them. Don't hide them in the back. I've been to enough superchargers that they're hidden, and especially if you're driving at night, don't feel safe. You're just hoping nothing happens. And also, here's another thing. If you're sitting in your car charging, you can't move your car. Tesla needs to make some kind of an eject button. So in emergency, you can eject the charging cable, and you can start driving without getting out of your car. Because if somebody's outside your car harassing you, you can't drive off. The only way to drive off is to go outside and unplug the cable. So that is something that Tesla has not thought of. Also, with Tesla making all these farting noises and all these games and whatever, really they should be doing this supercharging fix first. Also, they should do some kind of a reservation system. So once I plot a course to a supercharger, the supercharger should put me in for like a reservation for that supercharger at a certain time. And then everybody else that comes in will also have a reservation. And then that should be able to, you should be able to look it up on the thing. So So it's just, I don't know. It needs to be done better. And let's say there's a supercharger with that's busy. I think Tesla probably needs to reserve spaces that are just empty spaces for people to wait. And there's maybe there's a certain order that you can create the spaces. So I don't know, some kind of queuing system where one space waits for one charging space. Maybe they can be numbered and it goes into a line order, something. So yeah, Tesla, there's a long way to go. There's going to be another 10 to 20 years before driving long distance will be super convenient. And also another thing, like I said, when you're forced to go to a certain supercharger and then you have no idea what's around there. Again, Tesla needs to document all that stuff. Personally, I had to go to Google Maps, put in the address of a supercharger, and then search around there to see what's on there based on Google Maps. And then I try to print out a copy of the Google Maps and make notes on it to see so I know what's around there. And it's unfortunate. It's a very manual process. Okay, guys, I've been on here too long. My referral code is JOE480 for free supercharging. JOE480, JOE480, free supercharging. Thanks. Bye.